Hello, beautiful souls. I'm your host, Shakira Moore, and welcome to another episode of the Perspective Matters podcast. Wagwan, people. It's June. Can you imagine we are halfway through 2021? Anybody else excited? I know I am. So, we're in a new month, and that means new opportunities, new challenges, new goals to make, new goals to crush, new things to discover about ourselves, things to learn, things to unlearn, people to meet and greet, things to do, places to go. So for this week, we're going to talk about how we look at things. And the proverb I'm going to share with you is, alligator lay egg, but him a no fowl. Alligator lay egg, but him a no fowl. The translation is, the alligator lays eggs, but he is not a fowl or bird. The alligator lays eggs, but he is not a fowl, in brackets, bird. And the explanation is, never view a subject from only one point. Never view a subject from only one point. And this is an important reminder I wanted to share with us this week. And this proverb really is at the heart of why I decided to start this podcast to begin with, and why I even chose the name for this podcast. It's called The Perspective Matters for a reason, because as unique individuals, we are subjected to our own perspectives, but in order for us to engage with others, in order for us to truly have compassion and empathize with people when the situations arise, we have to be able to put ourselves in other people's shoes, walk around and see things through their eyes. So that's what this proverb is talking about, and that's why I wanted to share it with you this week. That if you want to have a balanced view, then you can't just see a subject, you can't just see a situation from one point. And the proverb is specific. So the alligator and the fowl lay eggs. They have something in common in spite of being two completely different creatures. So take that as you navigate the rest of this month, and as you have your conversations and as you engage with people, recognize that there are things that make you inherently different from other people, but the differences are not what we should focus on if a balanced view is what you're trying to go after. So yes, it's important to acknowledge and to celebrate our differences, celebrate our uniqueness. It's also equally important to be able to recognize the things that we have in common and use the differences and the commonalities to make the effort to find the balanced view. What are the benefits of being able to have a balanced view? Well, you get the full picture. You get clarity on a situation. Your understanding of a matter deepens. You may learn something. You take advantage of the opportunity to really be empathetic. In a world where we're so quick to cancel people because of their opinions, because of their perspectives, in a world where respectability politics is the name of the game, where we have to be politically correct, else we'll get dragged up and down the streets of Twitter. In a world where strangers are so quick to call for heads to be mounted on stakes, I encourage you to be bold in owning your opinion, to be unafraid in having and sharing your point of view. But I do want to encourage you to be open and be willing to listen to other points of view, to hear somebody else's opinion on the matter, to be willing to disagree, but still keep it cute and classy. I heard something this week and I was like, oh, well said. So I was listening to a podcast called Girl, I Guess, and they had a guest on for that week. And she is someone I follow on Instagram and absolutely love. She is the hood healer / Astrobae. And she was talking about how quick people are willing to drag others because of a difference in opinion. And she said something that I want to share with you. She said, a disagreement is not an invitation for disrespect. A disagreement is not an invitation for disrespect. And I find that statement to be so profound and so very relevant in the world that we live in. And I had to share that with you as a reminder that as you navigate this thing called life and as you have your interactions with your friends, your family, your colleagues, just random people in the street or on the internet, just be reminded that a disagreement is not an invitation for disrespect. So you don't have to give in to the temptation to be disrespectful in a disagreement, and you surely should walk away from any situation where somebody chooses to disrespect you because you disagree with them. Walk away. It's not worth it. I could never understand, and I still can't understand why random strangers, random people, absolute strangers would have full-on arguments in the comments section of a post. Why? You see something you don't like, you don't agree with? Keep scrolling. Keep it moving. You decide to leave a comment and somebody chooses to respond to your comment. You don't have to engage. Even if they call your name, you do not have to engage. As I said in last week's episode or the previous one to that, you don't have to accept every invitation you're given. So if somebody invites you to an argument, you don't have to accept. You can politely decline. And I feel like this is a reminder that we need to get every now and then. And the every now and then should be really frequent because it's so easy to get caught up in the happenings of social media. And if you're not careful, you'll find yourself arguing with total strangers online. And I really don't see the benefit of that. And if you're not arguing with total strangers online, then well done, because you know better and you're doing better. Because there really is no point. Like, what do you gain? Because you want to be proven right? So what? How does that affect the price of rice? So just keep it moving. It's better to have your peace of mind than to be right. And if you're keen on understanding people, then you have to be open and willing to see where they're coming from. Because you would want the same courtesy extended to you. You want people to understand you and see where you're coming from. Then you're going to want them to walk around in your shoes, see your point of view. So it goes both ways. So my beautiful souls, keeping the episode short and sweet this week, just wanted to remind you that to get a balanced view, you have to be open to more than one perspective. I mean, that's how I close out each episode each week. There are two sides to every coin. Flip it to get the full view. I say this to you guys every week. The perspective matters because it's true. It really does. So just think about that the next time you find yourself getting caught up in an argument. And don't get me wrong, healthy debates are important. They're necessary. It's good to be able to argue a point, to defend your point, to express your views, and to think on your feet. It's good. It's really an excellent skill to have. But that's not the kind of activity I'm talking about. I'm talking about the unfruitful arguments. Y'all are talking in circles, you're getting nowhere. There is no resolution in sight. Nobody's willing to concede. And that could be for a couple of reasons. Pride is getting in the way. There is a reluctance to open yourself up to new ideas, incapable of walking around in somebody else's shoes. So if you know you're guilty of those things, then you know you have some work to do. We're in a new month, and as I said, this month is going to bring new opportunities, new challenges. There is room for growth, for learning, for discovering. So the next time you find yourself in a situation where you are required to see it from somebody else's point of view, take advantage of that situation, because that's how you'll get the full picture. That's how you'll have a balanced view. Your view plus their view. And you'll want the same for yourself if and when the roles are reversed. So go out there and be open, be willing, be mindful that your differences make you special, they make you unique. The things that you have in common are the things that should pull you to each other. Celebrate your differences. Don't let them keep you apart. Recognize that we all come from different backgrounds and our experiences have all been different and shaped by the lens through which we look at life. But that doesn't mean we're incapable of looking at life through somebody else's glasses or walking around in their shoes. So I encourage you to do it. Walk around in somebody else's shoes. Might do you some good. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you for your continued support. Thank you for sharing the episodes with your friends, your family, your coworkers, your colleagues, your business partners, your partners, your entire network. Thank you to all my listeners from all over the world. You know yourselves. It's really encouraging to know that these episodes are reaching people near and far. And it is my hope that there was one thing, at least one thing, that resonates with you, and that you have made a commitment to yourself that you'll be more open and you'll be more willing to listen to somebody else's point of view. Doesn't mean you'll agree, but it means that there's no room for disrespect, because a disagreement is not an invitation for disrespect. So keep it cute and classy. Catch me right here again next week, where I'll bring you another Jamaican proverb and I'll give you my perspective. So until next time, remember, there are two sides to every coin. Just flip it to get the full view. Catch you next week. Bye.